Hello, ladies. This is Nicole Doss, and I am the CEO and founder of the Prestige Society, a membership organization for women entrepreneurs where we believe in building powerful networks while striving for excellence through continuous education and doing the one thing that all diva bosses do, and that is slaying in our industries. Tonight we're going to talk about the color green and how green looks absolutely horrible on you. So you're probably thinking I'm talking about a fashion term, but I'm not. I'm talking about that thing that is far worse than any horrible drab of clothing that you could possibly put on. And that's that thing called jealousy and envy. So I truly believe that there are moments in our lives where we have brief and infrequent moments in our lives where we see someone, it could be male or female, who has something that we wish we had. I believe that is the thing that makes us human. The key is that it's brief. The key is that it's infrequent. So when you look at others and you see what they have, as long as there are these brief moments that it happens and then you are thankful for what you have, grateful for what you have, and then you are proud and happy for that other person who you admire, then that, I believe, is human nature. But when your envy is so heavy burdened on your soul, on your spirit, on your being, and people can see it, they can feel it, and they can experience it a mile away. That, my dear sister, is toxic. That is something that you must get rid of because it looks absolutely horrible on you. The key here is that often when we find individuals who have this ugly cloak of green envy on their souls, what they tend to do is they tend to hide it so that we see something that may try to be a facade, letting us know that they have everything, that they are absolutely happy all the time, and that they are always on the up and up, and anyone who is anywhere near as fabulous as them is really actually nothing even close to who they are. Usually this comes from a person who always has something awesome and wonderful to say about themselves and always has something very negative to say about others. Be wary of those. Be wary of those individuals who always have something negative to say about others, who can't find it in their spirit to pay another person a compliment. Be wary of those individuals. The reason being is because they have on that color green. They have on that ugly cloak of envy. They have on in their spirit the inability to be happy even for you if you have those in your circle who this reminds you of. But if I am speaking to the sister who is currently wearing the cloak of green, what I encourage you to do is to take heed to what I'm going to tell you. There is a space for you. When you were created, you were fearfully and wonderfully made. You were made unique. There is no one else in this world like you. God has given you a gift. He has given you purpose. And whether or not you choose to use it, that is on you. But know that He has given that to you. It is your gift. It's your purpose. And it's your responsibility to walk in it responsibly. It's also important for you to know that you, if you are listening to this podcast, have the awesome opportunity that I am soon, or that I am actually experiencing currently, that realizing that a lot of people don't have, and that is the gift of life. We are seeing so many of our loved ones going home to be with God and no longer walking on this earth. So when you have the gift of life and the opportunity to breathe and see another day, then understand that there is a purpose and a calling for you. But here's the flip side to being so fabulous. Here's the flip side to being fearfully and wonderfully made. Here is the flip side to being so unique. The flip side is that you're not the only one. There is another person that is standing, sitting next to you, talking to you, or experiencing you right now, who is also fearfully and wonderfully made. There is a girl in your space, a woman, who you can't stand because there is something about her light that threatens you. But know that she too is unique, and she is also fearfully and wonderfully made. The beauty of this, the beauty of knowing that every single person who God has created is so unique and beautiful and fearfully and wonderfully made, is that you do not fear them. You do not feel that their fabulousness, that their talent, that their intelligence, that their skill is going to threaten your purpose or your calling on your life. So when you wear this cloak of green envy, it tends to do a few things. The one thing it does, it tends to, because it's toxic, it tends to truly cause you to have a skewed view on yourself and those around you. And because it does not allow you to see life or experience life through fresh and clear lenses, it tends to tarnish your view of others and tarnish your view of yourself. The cloak is disguise, although it tends to tell others that you feel that you are the best of the best and that there's no one else as fabulous as you are. Underneath that cloak of green envy is something else that stinks just as bad as envy, and that's insecurity. And when you are insecure and you decide to throw on this cloak, this green cloak that you thought was so beautiful that would guard you and protect you from others, what happens is that you feel that it is going to protect you from others and seeing that you are not as fabulous as you are letting the world think you are. But remember, I said that lens of insecurity provides you a very skewed perception of yourself as well as others. If you were truly secure and believe that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, if you believe that you are unique, if you believe that you have a purpose and a calling on your life, if you believe that you are to be a responsible steward of those items, of those things, of that blessing and of that gift, you would not feel that you are not really enough. You would not feel that you were going to have to hide by putting on a mask for fear that people would see that you are not who you say you are. If you were secure, you would be comfortable, flaws and all. I love that Beyonce wrote that song because it's so true. Have your flaws and all. It's okay. So if you are not perfect, no one really cares because who really is, right? And so therefore, those who feel secure, those who have the ability to celebrate fabulous people around them, those who do not feel threatened by others who are like them because they understand that you have your lane, she has her lane, and all is well. And we can all celebrate our fabulousness together. She who walks in security, she who walks in confidence, she who walks in knowing the purpose and the calling on her life is she who cares not if you see her flaws. But she who wears green, she who's constantly allowing that green envy to ooze through her pores, that's the person you have to be careful, because unfortunately she feels exhausted by constantly having to put on the air that she's perfect. And she is constantly discrediting those around her who feel the need to just be transparent and genuine and sincere to who they really are. That person who wears that green envy that's just hanging over them and just weighing them down, she's the person who is not only going to discredit, but she's going to do everything in her power to try to keep everyone that is around her in her circle pushed way down low. So this message really isn't just for the person who's wearing green. It's also for the message for the individuals who are around this type of person, who are impacted by this type of person. So first, to the sister who's wearing green, I want to summarize this podcast by saying that I want you to understand that there is no fear of people seeing that you have flaws. There's no fear in that. Don't have fear. Because the reality is we all have flaws. If we strive every day to be the best version of who we can be, the best version of ourselves, then if you have flaws, that just makes you relatable. You have your purpose. You have your gift. Celebrate it. Bask in it. But the sister that's next to you, celebrate the fact that she's fabulous too. Celebrate her accomplishments. Celebrate her wonderful experiences. Celebrate all that she has. Because her blessings are not your downfall. Her blessings are to be celebrated so that when you have your blessings, we can celebrate you too. For the sisters who are constantly around people who tend to wear that cloak of envy, I encourage you to do two things. And the first thing is to remove yourself from those who do not know how to celebrate you. And secondly, I want you to know that you too are fearfully and wonderfully made. You too have the ability to be fabulous and wonderful and to be celebrated. You deserve it. But you will only begin to experience it if you are able to remove yourself from circles of people who are toxic. Because the end game here, we all have to tie it back to the book, is to rock your life. That's to live the life that you fabulously crave and so wonderfully deserve. Understanding that latter part of that sentence, understanding that you wonderfully deserve to have all that you desire in life, is something that every woman needs to understand. And not that you are the only person that deserves to have this crave-worthy life, but that everyone deserves to have this crave-worthy life. And the more that we can celebrate this, the more that we can help others achieve this, the more that we understand that about ourselves, it's the more that we'll be able to live our life in abundance and experience blessings beyond our dreams. So I encourage everyone, every woman that there is, to pay it forward and not to fear the person around you that is also just as fabulous as you are. Remember, you are your sister's keeper, and you are not successful unless your sister is successful. So take off that cloak and celebrate your sister. And if you are around somebody with a cloak, head for the hills. So with this, This is Nicole Doss, the Prestige Socialite, wishing you all have a wonderful, awesome, productive, creative, or even calm and serene evening. Have a wonderful night. Bye.